Lesson 16 Language Development. A video about speech, language and communication development.
Hello Tulsi, this is your development station. This is Enoch. His mum has had some concerns about his speech development.
Yeah.
Please can you assess his speech and language?
Sure. Hi Enoch, how are you? Fine. Good. My name's Tulsi. I'm one of the doctors here. I'm just going to have a chat with you today if that's okay. Yeah? What have you done today? Did you go to school today morning? Yeah? And what did you do at school? All right, shall we read a book then? Yeah? Okay, let's do that first. Okay, fine. Right, let's come around here. And you're going to tell me a story. So, what's this?
Dog.
It's a dog. Good. And what's that? Can you try another one? Good. And what are they doing here? Okay, what's this little thing there?
Dog.
It's a duck. And what colour sweater is he wearing? Okay. Let's go to another page. Okay, what are they doing in this picture? Do you know what they're doing here? They're doing what? I don't get that. What's he doing here? Okay, this one you can tell me. What's he doing here? What's the doggy doing?
Running.
He's running, yes, definitely. And out of all of them, who's the bigger one? Who's the biggest? Which one? Do you want to point? No, you don't want to point. Okay. Do you want to look again? Who's bigger out of all of them? Okay. Oh my God. What have they covered themselves with? Okay. Do you want to tell me, did you go to school today? Do you want to tell me about school? What did you do? What did you learn? Did you play with your friends? What did you play?
Dog.
You played with the doll? Yeah? And do you know how to play football? Yeah? And you're running around and did you kick the ball around? Good. And then why don't you tell me what you had for breakfast yesterday? Go on, you're doing really well. Okay, what's that?
Dog.
And what does a duck do? What does a ducky do? Okay, I'll ask you a few questions. Does a duck climb a tree? No. Does a duck drive a car like that? No. Does a duck fly? Does a duck swim? Yes, that's what a ducky does. What else do we have here? And do you have many friends at school? Can you tell me about them? Okay, what about at home? Do you have a brother or a sister?
Sister.
You have a sister. How old is she?
4.
You forgot. Is she your friend? Do you play with her? Is she bigger or smaller than you? Bigger.
Small.
Smaller. And do you look after her? Good. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to tell me? Yeah, what do you want to tell me? Do you have a story for me? Go on, tell me. Okay, I'll let you play, okay? Okay. So, I did a developmental exam on Enoch. He's awake, alert, and he seems quite playful, though he does seem a little bit shy. He did demonstrate to me that he is able to identify different objects, what he's playing with, and other objects in the book. He could name objects, name colours, and he was also able to describe verbs as well. About the characters in the book. He couldn't tell me a story today. He didn't demonstrate that he could tell me a story, but I suspect that might be because he's shy. And I'd like to actually speak to Mum and ask her how he's doing at home, in terms of talking and his social skills and what his first language actually is at home as well. Yeah, so I think, observing him today, I feel his development age is around 3.5 to 4.
Okay. And if I tell you that Enoch is 4 years old chronologically,
Yeah.
what would you advise his parents?
So I'd like to actually do a further examination. I feel that I feel that he would probably be able to tell me a story or two, and to understand complex commands, but maybe he's just not comfortable. So I think I'd like to actually examine him further before assessing his age properly. If I do have any concerns, I'd like to get his hearing checked, and also possibly get speech and language involved.
Okay. Can you give me an example of the complex commands you would ask him to perform?
I didn't ask him to do that today, but maybe things like give me the car and then take the duck and put it on top of the table.
And if he was able to do that, what age would that suggest he was?
I'd say 4. Yeah, 4 to 5 actually. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tulsi.
You're welcome.
The main idea of the different language development theories. Daniel Everett's theory: language scratches the communicative itch. Picking up and using a language is something, inventing it from scratch is a whole another thing. Here come the Homo erectus. The language phenomenon may not have started with us, Homo sapiens. Central to Chomsky's nativist theory is the idea that all languages inherently have a universal grammar. The nativist theory proposes that instead of memorizing a series of phrases and maxims, children understand language structures and rules that they use to create their own word sequences. Skinner's theory of learning says that a person is first exposed to a stimulus, which elicits a response, and the response is then reinforced. Stimulus, response, reinforcement. This, ultimately, is what conditions our behaviors. To make this process easier to remember, the ABCs of behaviorism were developed. Vygotsky's social development theory asserts that a child's cognitive development and learning ability can be guided and mediated by their social interactions. His theory, also called Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, states that learning is a crucially social process as opposed to an independent journey of discovery. Piaget's theory of constructivism argues that people produce knowledge and form meaning based upon their experiences. Piaget's theory covered learning theories, teaching methods, and education reform. Thank you very much for listening.